Welcome to the Munchkin Minute, your bi-weekly look into some tabletop gaming news and more. I'm your host, Dan, the Board Game Man, and this is your news for March 31st, 2025. Now, I know April 1st is right around the corner, and I will tell you this, like I like to remind you every year, I do not do anything in here for any sort of jokes or any sort of fake news at all. So if anything in here is fake, I apologize. It means that I was probably fooled when I was doing research for this show. So don't worry. At least as far as I could tell, nothing in here is fake. So we got our general news. We got a little bit of digital news, some Kickstarters, and of course, I'm going to do another two people I'm going to cover from the Adam 2025 roundup to talk about some great people in gaming that I'd like you to feature. So first up, in very exciting news, or potential of more exciting news, I guess, Archon Studios teased an upcoming StarCraft Tabletop Miniatures Game. They've been teasing this for a little while. This one should be released next year. And they also said, quote unquote, they will be doing StarCraft board games in the future. I think 2027 is when they said that. So now people who may love StarCraft, may have been around in the tabletop industry a while, will remember that StarCraft, the board game, was one of the most beloved games back in the late 2000s. And then it quickly went out of print. I think also like the World of Warcraft Coffin Box game from Fantasy Flight is also amazing and went out of print. But I have a copy of that one, which is amazing in the expansions. But I think they lost the license, and it seems to happen quickly with a lot of things with Blizzard, I think. But anyway, there's some IPs in there that they lose in an FFG. Put out the spiritual successor to StarCraft in the Warhammer, and yet another amazing game with the Warhammer IP called Forbidden Stars, which was basically the StarCraft game. And I think they lost that license too. I'm sure it's fine to speak for many gamers in a hobby, hoping that Archon will be reprinting the original StarCraft, the board game. I'm hoping they're going to be in contact with the original designers of some sort. Maybe they've got some time to see if this can happen. But I think what's more likely to happen is that we're going to get a huge minis war game, which I'm sure will be great from the StarCraft Tabletop Miniatures game. But then we're probably going to get another, quote unquote, the board game with StarCraft, which is going to be more akin to the other Archon titles like Masters of the Universe, Wolfenstein, the Heroes of Might and Magic 3 that they've been putting out. Just these big sprawling games with tons of minis and cards. I generally like to call these Dan games because I just eat up all that sprawling goodness with all my love and heart and everything else. So I'm really hoping this one ends up being good. We'll see what it's like if they put it out on Kickstarter, which will probably happen. It'll probably be a Kickstarter game that'll make like $1 million because everybody loves the old StarCraft board game. And also, there's a lot of good, huge miniature tabletop war game people out there that would love to see this come to fruition. Next up, it's been a while since I covered Marvel Champions, the card game, but with the latest announced character pack, I wanted to cover the latest wave and what they've announced so far, all of which will be released over the next coming months. So Wave 9 of the hero packs for Marvel Champions, the card game, is going to feature Black Panther, Silk, and Falcon. They each should be about $16.99, like they've been kind of going up to that now. And likely one more to come in the coming months as well that should be announced, because I'm pretty sure every one of these waves have anywhere from 4 to 6. I think most of them are 4. There was a wave that had 6 recently, but they should all have at least 4. So we'll probably see a little bit more on that. After being crowdfunded last year, Play to Z is releasing their social deduction game, 23 Knives, next month. It'll be about $40. This is very much in the vein of Resistance or Resistance Avalon or Werewolf, those type. It's kind of a social game in which you're taking the roles of a royalist to Caesar, a liberator of Rome, or an opportunist biding their time in this. So throughout the game, you're going to be traveling to Rome, manipulating other citizens, and it's probably trying to sway them to your cause. So at the end of the game, if 23 or more knives are in a curia, Caesar is dead, and the liberator most committed to killing Caesar wins. And if there's less than that many knives, the loyalist with the most dedicated saving Caesar wins. The opportunists are those who linger, waiting to shift the fate of Caesar at the last moment. And if they do, they win as a team. So this is an interesting one. These type of games are interesting to me because I'm not really a big social or stab. I mean, I guess I'm more of not much of a social deduction gamer, but this kind of thing is usually kind of fun because you know what you're in for in this type of game, and they usually bring up a lot of laughing and screaming and yelling and pointing fingers. So pretty fun, those type of games. And this is the new studio, Play to Z, with the Zev Schlesinger and Bonacor is involved. So this one should be a decent one, and it was again successfully kickstarted. So we'll start to hear a little bit right around now some feedback on whether this game lives up to the hype. And we're going to stick with Play to Z. they're going to be releasing that Tales of Arabian Nights, the 40th anniversary edition. A bunch of these upcoming games that I'm going to release here, I'm going to announce here, are ones that I've kind of either teased but didn't have release dates on. This is one of them too. Tales of Arabian Nights 40th anniversary edition will be out in quarter 3, which is kind of early fall of this year. So there's multiple editions at the Kickstarter. So the best guess I could see is that we're going to see anywhere from $60 or $100 in the different editions that will be out. And this is likely to be out at Gen Con. We'll probably see some copies at Gen Con if they're going to, if they're smart and want to sell copies. But this is an updating Tales of Arabian Nights, kind of fixes some of the gameplay. I mean, it's already a fun game, but this kind of fixes some of the gameplay that people had some complaints about. But this one should be really, really good because I absolutely love the designer, and this game was great. So I'd love to see what the new one has in store. Next up, Board and Dice will release expansion for Nucleum called Nucleum Energy Research Institute. This one should be out in August, again, right in time for Gen Con. It should be about $30 to $40, which I think it should be $30 to $40 because that's what most of the other expansions were then. Again, and likely a Gen Con release. And Nucleum is kind of Barrage on steroids. Now, Barrage was a heavier Euro game, and this was even heavier than that. It is a fun game. From everything I've read and seen, my friends have all said this is a really great one. I haven't got a chance to actually play Nucleum yet, but I love Barrage and I love Simone Luciani and David Turtzi, so I really want to get my hands on this one. And this already has I think this is the 4th expansion, so this is pretty amazing that I really got to get a chance to play this one, and because I know it's going to be this is a 1 to 4 player game, and it takes a little bit of while, probably about 2.5 to 3 hours with teach and such, but if you're going to play a heavy game, you're going to know what you're in for there. So Nucleum Energy Research Institute, it's an expansion, like I said, and it brings 8 new experiments, patron cards, and powerful abilities, and all new experiments that are also compatible with the other 3 expansions. I guess it's like 2.5 expansions because there's 2 expansions and one kind of smaller patron set that they put out. This next one I've been wanting to get for years, and now it's finally coming over to the U.S. in bigger portions. Synapses Games will release Yokohama Duel in the U.S. in August of 25. This summer, $20 to $25 for this one. This one, I think it was only released overseas, and it was here. Or if it was here, it was very, very limited. And I haven't been able to see one anywhere or find one or talk to anybody that's actually played it. And it's a good thing I didn't overpay for it because it's very overpriced these days for all the different eBay and other listings that I see and trades. I'll be probably running for this one at Gen Con. I love the original game, Yokohama. It's a great medium weight Euro. It's absolutely amazing. It's by the same designer. They're both by Hisashi Hayashi did both of these, and Yokohama's a great game, so which is why I really wanted Yokohama Duel. And of course, any of these dual versions or the dice game or the roll and write, any of these things for these type of games, I really love. So I really want to check out Yokohama Duel. Again, that should be around Gen Con release. And finally, after not a whole lot of information had come out, Exceptional Fair Games will be releasing Gloomhaven's 2nd edition in May. They have a pre-order on their site for $199. However, I've seen in other places that it's going to retail for $180. So you may want to wait a little bit on this one if you don't really want to pay all that much, or just want to pre-order it and get in on it if you've conquered Gloomhaven and Jaws of the Lion and Frosthaven and all the havens. You just want to get it right away. I'll have a link to their pre-order on the site for $199 there. So there's a ton of new content for Gloomhaven in this one. So even veterans like me who haven't played Gloomhaven in a while may want to check this one out. Or if you haven't played Gloomhaven and you've played maybe Jaws of the Lion, you want to get into the 2nd edition and see what's new, this one may be right up your alley. It's a new reputation system, new edits to the scenarios, monsters, and characters, all sorts of fixing and updating. And why I may not grab it at first at this price, once they start coming down, I am certainly going to get on this one to play solo, or maybe even replay it with my Gloomhaven buddy. And also still coming soon in all of this from Backer Kit that they did is the Gloomhaven RPG. It was in that same campaign. I backed this one as a surprise for my daughter because she's a regular D&D player at college, and I think she's really going to love the Gloomhaven as an RPG, so I can't wait for that one to come in. But I know they're still working on, ironing out all the details, so it may be a little while before that one particularly comes, but for sure, check out Gloomhaven 2nd edition once it comes out in May. I want to head on over to the Adam 25 Spotlight. I've got another 2 great people I got to hang out with and play a bunch of games with at Adam 25. And I wanted to share them with you again. So this is a new thing I wanted to do because I want to share some great creators that I think all the spoilerites might want to check out. And these are 2 another amazing people. So first up this week is Tim Reel and Nerd Incorrect. So Tim hosts the amazingly fun and entertaining Codenames Live on Twitch. Tim's a great gamer and tons of fun to be around. Oh, I was just laughing laughing my ass off every time I talked to Tim and every time I hung out with him and played games. So I think everyone should watch Codenames Live. I've been watching it the last few Mondays since I've been back from Adam, because I didn't know when it was on originally, and I hadn't really heard of it until now. But the Monday night shows are from 8 to 10 Eastern on Twitch. And I believe he also has the main cast. I think there's the new cast that he does on Mondays, and I think the main cast, which is a bunch of regulars, on Thursday nights as well. I'll have a link to his Twitch and his YouTube to check it out for you. You might want to mark your calendars, as well as I'll be on Codenames Live on Monday, May 5th, with my co-host from the Geek All-Stars, an amazing designer, Matt Riddle, to see if we can win some Codenames games versus the great guys from Love Thy Nerd, Matt and Bubba. So that should be a lot of fun to check out as well. Next up today for Adam Spotlight is an Instagram creator for you to follow. Tara Norika. I'm sorry, Tara. I'm really bad at last names. So Tara Norika from Tara's Bad Luck Club is yet another salt of the earth person that I got to play games with and hang out with. She's great to talk to, great to follow for board game content, and even better, she was up for any and all board games to learn at Adam. She sat through and learned how to play spades with us, and just absolutely seemed to love it. And each and every time I got to play with her, she had me in stitches laughing because she's just a great person. So give her a follow and check out her great gaming Instagram content, and I'll have a link to it in the show notes as always. In digital news, I've got one release and two for you to wish list when they come out. First up, the new release, Isle of Cats, is on Steam. A great kind of polyomino game. This is $14.99, and it should play really good on there. They probably have the different version. I haven't really played it, but I mean, I played the regular game, because they've got kind of a regular polyomino game and then more of a deeper polyomino Euro game, because there's different versions of playing it. So this one should be pretty good to play on there. Also, Frosthaven was announced that it's coming soon on Steam as well. So wishlist it to be announced when it's available in early access. I know I'll be jumping on this one to get a second campaign going when my buddy isn't around to play, because I absolutely love the Frosthaven. I mean, a Gloomhaven on Steam is really good, and I really would love to hop into the Frosthaven on there. And also, finally, Set a Watch is available to wishlist on Steam. Now, this one is perfect for Steam, as it's kind of a 1 to 4 player game, but it's a really great solo game. It's about being kind of part of a fantasy party, and the whole game is about being in camp and being able to watch for bad guys when you're resting. But basically, just kind of as you're doing that, you're clearing out locations in the gameplay. It sounds pretty odd for me to explain it. I'm not doing a great job explaining it, but the gameplay is honestly quite fun. All right, let's head on over to Kickstarter. We'll start off with one that this is another one of these designers and games that I love. Keyside, another from Richard Reese and David Turtzi. This Keyside is enough in the Key series. I love Keyflower. Is one of my favorite games. This has got about 2 weeks to go. It is well funded, and it's a game. It's on an island with 12 harbors and a myriad of quays. You control a team of 18 workers known as keeples, who will work for you in the farms, harbors, markets, quarry, and wheat fields and woods. And you're basically using your dice kind of to direct where your workers and your boats are going to be able to go. If it's anything like the others, it kind of has that medium to heavier weight Euro, but it looks great. You can get on this one for about $72 US for the Kickstarter edition. And they've got, I believe, an updated, well, you can get 2 copies for $130 to save a little bit of bucks there. And this one, again, should be about 2 weeks to go, and it is well funded. Next up, another cute little game here. This is Pirates of the Pirates of the High Teas, a game of piracy and pastries. Smuggle dishes, smash food, and serve tea in a whimsical strategy game for 1 to 4 tea-loving pirates. This one was pretty cool because it's from the same designer as Knitting Circle, so it has that same kind of light feel to it. It's got some great art and just some light gameplay. Good family weight game for you. You can get in this one for $39, and it's got about 2.5 weeks to go. Another very cute, whimsical card game with kind of a tableau building card game that has about 2.5 weeks to go is called Raising Rabbits, a cute strategy rabbit game. Again, raise rabbits in a Euro-style economy and auction-based engine-building board game for 2 to 5 players. This one you can get in. This one may be a little bit high on a standard edition because this is $46 for what seems like kind of a $30 game. But again, if you want to help out a smaller creator, which is kind of Aaron Rebello, you want to help out a newer creator, it is well funded. But again, you may want to wait for retail if that price is a little bit much for what it is, but it does look like a cute little card game with some absolutely amazing art. Next up, Scales of Fate. This one is going to be gone real soon. This is by IV Studios. Now, this may not necessarily be my favorite type of game, but I saw it being played at Adam and everybody was having a good time. I didn't get a chance to play it, but it is one I will try. So this is a 2-player strategic deduction board game. What's really cool about this one is you've kind of got 2 pieces that you're trying to get them kind of in the different spots on the kind of scoring track, and kind of the difference there is what are going to be what you're going to score. So you both have both have the same deck of cards, and you're drawing, randomly drawing two of the different people in the game. So you're kind of manipulating the score track of things, not knowing what somebody else has, but you're trying to keep an eye on what they're manipulating to see if you can deduce what they may have, which pieces they have. And sometimes you may have the same pieces or one of the same pieces as somebody else. So it is actually pretty cool little game. Again, I didn't get a chance to play it, but if you do like social deduction and two-player social deduction, this one will be right up your alley. You can get in this one for $39. There is a deluxe version. I think the pieces I saw were the deluxe version, and it looked absolutely amazing. And that is $60 for that deluxe version. And this should come out pretty quick because I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be out in December, and I don't think they'll miss that one because everything I saw was kind of the final version of everything. And they do, and from everything I can see, they do amazing prototype versions of their games. So this one looks really, really good. And next up, Holiday Hills, a delightfully strategic tree decorating game. This has got about a week and a half to go. This is from Chris Couch Games. One thing I got to say, Chris, you may want to change your logo, or either the logo or name it, because Green Couch Games was a game company from Jason Kotharski, and the logo is about the same. Although Jason's such a nice guy, he probably doesn't care. But anyway, Chris Couch, that being said, this game looks great. It's a very light game. It probably has a little bit more strategic depth than it looks like in here, but you're basically decorating the town by decorating trees and kind of going around a town, fulfilling different objectives. And it just has a great Christmas theme. 2 to 5 players. It says it plays in probably about a 1 hour wonder. It says 30 to 60 minutes. That's probably player dependent. So you're probably looking at a 1 hour wonder there. And you can get in this one for about $40. Well, that's the retailer deposit. $45 to get into this one again, I'm screwing this one up. Sorry. Holiday Hills retail tier, $45 retail edition. Let it snow promo, all applicable specials. No, that is the retail tier, but they have the deluxe for $59. So it's either $45 or $59 for you there. And it does look like a solid game. So again, love to help out these smaller publishers. It's got about a week and a half to go, and it is well funded. But I really love the Christmassy theme. There's not a whole lot of great Christmas games out there. And using dice to deliver different goods, and to kind of using card play and dice play here to decorate the town. So it looks very, very cool. And finally, in the Kickstarter, this is something that I've kind of, I mentioned it earlier. This is definitely a Dan game. I don't think I got to play this one when it first came out, because I think this is updated with some of the expansions and getting the all-in-one box. This is Fate of Vantara, an epic fantasy board game, a strategic game of empire building and expansion, easy to learn, 6 asymmetric factions, and multiple paths to victory. It's got about a week and a half to go. It is funded now. You can get it on a standard edition for $89, or the prestige edition for $139. And there's also the Legendary Edition for $175, which has everything and all upgraded. So now what's cool about this one is it's kind of a strategic 4X board game with asymmetric different players that you can use. And what's cool is as you're kind of playing the game, you're building the map each time you play, and you're kind of drafting. I think you're kind of placing in turn-based placing to create the map, and then using a 4X gameplay. Really like what this one looks like here. But again, you get in this one for $89, and it looks great. So if anybody's played this one, definitely let me know on the Discord server if you've got to play this one. 2 other quick ones from GameFound. First, Onward, the MOBA board game by Skytier Games. So if you know all the Skytier games, you know kind of the gameplay you're up for, but this is a MOBA-based board game. Even kind of looks like League of Legends. Is kind of the way the game board looks, but it looks amazing. I love these type of kind of whimsical, kind of just kill each other type games. And this one is not a bad price. $40 to get in this one. There's also a million other things you can get in on for this one, but $40 is a good one. And Skytier, they do such a great job with their games. All their games are pretty cool. So I got to say, check this one out. And this one is got plenty of, again, as usual, well funded. Only a few days left, but they always have the late pledges on GameFound. So check that one out. Again, $40 for that one. And finally, another big sprawling game that I just, if you like this theme, you're going to want to get it anyway. G.I. Joe Operation Cobra. This is a cooperative tactical game that can be played solo, obviously, because when it's co-op, you're going to be able to play it solo. Anyway, players control a G.I. Joe team, an elite special forces unit consisting of highly trained soldiers. Everybody knows what G.I. Joe is. And you're playing this one as a co-op version to take on a different places, different evil Cobra, depending on which scenario you have. Got about a week and a half to go. $125 because it's got a lot of minis and a lot of sprawling crap to get in on this one. Looks great. I know I would absolutely love this one. Co-op tactical game is right up my alley, and especially if you like G.I. Joe. Again, that price might be a bit high. Maybe if they I'd like for them to put out a Transformers type game like this, a cooperative one like that. This is by OC Games. Definitely check that one out as well. Thanks for joining me today. I know that was a lot, but if you see any news you think I'd like to feature on here, shoot me a message at GeekJockDan on Twitter. You can also check me out on Instagram as well. And please check out Majorspoilers.com for other great content by Steven and the rest of the Major Spoilers crew. And also check out the Geek All-Stars podcast. As always, I'm Dan, the Board Game Man, and I'll see everyone in a couple of weeks for another Munchkin Minute.
This podcast is copyright 2025 by Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC.